Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Serrano. And if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through. If you're brand new, but let's try to get this video to 30 likes. Let's see if we can get it to 30 likes right now so we could beat the YouTube algorithm. But every single like helps the channel. But today we're going to be talking about the Note 10 right now and 5 reasons to buy this device in 2022. But if it's your very first time, I truly appreciate you for coming through and kicking it with me. But if you're brand new to the channel, and I encourage you to subscribe and get notified for more videos just like this. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So the first reason that I would recommend buying the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 in 2022 is the 6.3 Super AMOLED Full HD display. It has a 19:9 aspect ratio on it. It's got for the glass, it's gonna give you the Gorilla Glass 6, 400 pixels per inch on the front of the display. We also have this display, this really nice fingerprint sensor that obviously you can see right there. It's very responsive to the touch. And I did just get an update for the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor on the Note 10, so I'll show you that right now. But it's pretty crazy because this device is still getting updates, and I just updated it to Android. I updated it to the One UI 4.1 UI. It's on Android 12 right now, which is the latest software for Samsung and for Android. So it's going to be a really nice steal for this price. You're going to be able to get it for like under $600, maybe like $350 to $600, depending on where you pick it up, right? But I'll make sure I leave the cheapest link down below. But the screen is absolutely gorgeous on this guy. This dude has a, like I said, the display is going to be really good. HDR on here. It's not going to have 90 hertz, so you won't really actually need that because the panel does look extremely colorful and very vivid. So anything that you're doing on here just looks really good. Let me see. That's a copyright song, but you can see right here, as far as the, oh damn. Okay, there she goes. She got it the second time. That's what's up. Practice makes perfect, right? But the display is going to be absolutely gorgeous on this chick, right? It's going to have a really beautiful display to look at, extremely beautiful. So I just wanted to mention that you're going to be able to get a really good display to look at, whether you're browsing through social media, watching YouTube, Netflix, or anything of that nature, right? It's going to be really colorful and very extremely bright. And so far the display has been one of my favorite parts about it, right? So that's the number one reason to pick up the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 in 2022. But if you made it this far in the video, I truly appreciate you for staying this far in the video. Do me a favor, comment down below and say I'm still here if you're still here watching the video. But let's just jump into the second reason for buying the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 in 2022. So going off of that display, the first reason, right? Look at the beautiful curves on the screen. Look how beautiful that looks on here. It's just a really solid overall performer. The punch hole at the top, very minimal chin as well. So I really like that part. Just extremely well built when it comes to the overall detail that they put on here. The cameras don't protrude too much, so they kind of stick on the back of there. It doesn't actually cause that much wobble. When you put it on a flat surface, it's not going to cause too much wobble, so that's definitely cool. But I just really enjoy using the screen on here. Now the second reason to pick up the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 in 2022 is going to be the processing chip that we're getting on here. This is going to be a really solid processing chip on this guy, and you're going to be able to get two different models, right? You could choose between the one that's the Exynos 9825, right? Or you could get the Snapdragon 855 version, which I'm going to be talking about right now. But obviously they're both going to be very similar performance. Obviously a lot of people do gravitate to the 855 much more because of the I don't know, it just has they said it had better battery life compared to the ladder. But let's just take a look at the graphics real quick. But overall, the A55 is going to be undefeated when it comes to the processing power. It still holds up really well, especially with the 12 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 for the internal storage. And it's going to be an extremely solid processing chip for a 2-year-old processing chip. So just keep in mind this will have the always on display on here as well to get your notifications. And that's one of the part of the first reason, and the Gorilla Glass is part of the first reason, and the dual edge display is also part of the reason. But the second reason is actually going to be this performance that we're getting on here. So it's going to be really substantial, very, very good when it comes to the graphics. You're not going to notice any real lag on here. Everything is going to be pretty straightforward for the most part. So I mean, you can draw first blood on here if you're nice like that. But it's just going to be an overall really solid phone to play games on here. Frame rates look really good. Very fast processing speeds on this thing. So, honestly, I just really enjoy using this device, whether I'm gaming on here or browsing the web, or even watching social media, or just picking up a quick flick from Netflix. But honestly, the gameplay on here is going to be extremely sturdy, very, very solid when it comes to the graphics. I'm actually behind a camera, so I can't really play the way I want to right now, but really solid gameplay on here. I can't stress that enough. Now, the third reason to buy the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 in 2022 is going to be the cameras. And these cameras are really good, because one of the things I like about them is that when you're recording on the video camera, you could switch it to the front-facing camera while you're talking, which is something that I really enjoy. Wide angle is on here as well. We also do have a number of modes on here: night mode, slow motion, food mode, panorama, hyperlapse, AR zone for your AR emojis and stuff like that, single take, pro video mode, which is probably one of my favorite features to use on a Samsung. But obviously the cameras are going to be extremely solid on here when it comes to the details. And you could do single take, which is going to enhance the quality a little bit more. But if you're just doing a quick snapshot right here, you can get that option. You also do have single take, night mode, pro mode, and portrait. So I really like all of these modes on here. But portrait, you do have to be a little bit distance further back in order for it to focus. So just want to mention that you will have to be a little bit further back and to get a really good portrait on here. So 3 to 5 feet it says. So just want to mention that. But cameras on here is extremely solid for 2022. Now, obviously, the fourth reason is going to be the S Pen, right? It's going to be really solid because we're going to get these gesture modes, which are really solid. So you could do a lot of cool tricks with this thing because it's Bluetooth enabled. You could get these different actions when you control your media. You could do volume up, volume down, track forward, track back. I've been able to just scroll through, use this as a mouse. But one of the things that's also pretty cool is that I can go in here where the software is and get to all my notes. I could create a note, I could sketch. You could do an AR doodle, right? But one of the things that I really enjoy doing on here is actually just picking this thing up to do some sketching with Autodesk Sketchbook Pro. So what you want to do is just create a new sketch, and right here you can create new sketches and just do you could sketch things out really thoroughly. So it's got a lot of detail. It's got if you're the type of person who's an artist like myself, you can definitely get some really good detail if you're sketching with this guy. So obviously it's going to offer you some really good details when you're sketching and things like that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But obviously you're going to get some really good detail when it comes to the S Pen, and sketching with this guy, because it's going to be made for that. It's going to be tailored for that, right? So honestly, the overall functionality of this thing is just going to be really solid in my opinion. So I just wanted to make that a note of that the sketching abilities that this has to offer, as well as the note-taking abilities, weigh out very well in its favor, because you're going to be able to get a really good experience whenever you're sketching with the Samsung Galaxy Note, as well as taking notes, as well as coloring on the side. But just really solid overall tool to use with this device. And another thing is, this thing is getting the fifth reason to pick up this guy, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10, right? And if you made it this far, you're one of the MVPs, right? Make sure you leave a comment down below and say real MVP down below, so I know that you stayed this long. But the last reason is the support. So this thing has the latest update to Android 12 One UI 4.1, which is cool. And I can't stress that enough, how important that is for older devices to get support, because this device is 2 years old and it's still being offered at a really good price point for most people. So you could definitely pick this guy up for an extremely good price. And I just can't emphasize how well it's held up after 2 years of time. But also, if you're just picking this up for the very first time, it's going to be a really solid option. Now, some of the downsides: it won't have a headphone jack, it won't have SD card support, right? But if this is the 256 gigabyte model, so that's just cool. It's all right. The battery, it lasts a day, but just keep in mind that I've been using this guy, all day long. So let me just check the battery life real quick. But sometimes you will have to charge it more than once if you're the type of person who's a heavy user and you use your device for pretty much non-stop throughout the day. You might have to charge it. You can see it has 12 gigabytes of RAM on here, 256 for the internal storage. But when it comes to the battery life, let's just check that out real quick. So I did charge this multiple times today just so I could keep it. Whenever I'm sitting at my desk, I always put this thing on the charger automatically. So that's usually what I do. So without even thinking about it, I put it on the charger. But the battery is pretty decent on this guy. But let me know what you guys think about the Samsung Galaxy Note in 2022. Let me know if you agree with me, if you think this device is still worth picking up. But hopefully you guys did find this video helpful, informative, or useful in the least bit possible. And if you did find it possible, make sure you stay locked in for more videos just like this. And I'm going to get right back with you. And definitely leave a like on the video if you found it helpful, because every single like helps the channel out. But I'm going to check you guys later, and I'm going to show up in the comment section, as well as answer all your questions about the Samsung Galaxy Note. But let me know what you guys think about it in 2022, and I'm going to get right back with you later, crew. Peace.